Welcome to the second round of the Best of the West Poker Challenge. We've cut the field from 200 to 79. Now, poker really can be rewarding when the cards are bringing you the chips. It can make you smile. It can cause you pain. Make you jump for joy. But for those that have their eyes set on the top prize, it's a battle of attrition. Ken Pascoe leads with 96,000 chips. Can he hold on? Northern Quest Resort and Casino presents Best of the West Poker Challenge. Hello, everybody. Along with poker analyst Anthony Fedele, I'm Jim Brinson, and this is round 2 of the Best of the West Poker Challenge. We should have 80 players. That was the normal course of action in round 1, but Anthony, something changed right at the end of that round.
That's right. Once the second group of 100 players was whittled down to 40, cards were still out, and Trav Green made a very gutsy play to knock out Blas Oliveira before that hand was done, and now we're down to 79 players.
And here now is the tournament format.
This tournament format is a little different than what we're used to seeing. We started with 2 groups of 100 players. During round 1, those were whittled down to 79 players. Today, we'll whittle those down to 20 semifinalists.
Total purse for this event is $130,000, and first place prize money, $40,000 to the winner. But it's all about chip count, and Ken Pascoe is the dominant player with 96,000, but Trav Green has moved into 4th spot.
That's right. Trav Green, at the end of round 1, made a really gutsy move to take out Blas Oliveira, whittling the second group of 100 players down to 39 instead of 40.
Well, how about Nugent? He's been very strong as well. John's had a good run.
That's right. John Nugent has done well in the past 2 years at the Best of the West Poker Challenge, but he's looking to make up for that and win one today.
Other players that are obviously involved in this is Denny Dahl, Dan Midstoke, Jerome Ruby, Steve Drake, Jared Coyne, and you can see the chip count, Anthony, appreciably start to drop.
That's right. We also see Paco Mendoza among our chip leaders. We saw him play second against Cactus Jack last season.
Randy Haney is also a guy that you're going to have to keep your eye on, even though his chip count is kind of near the bottom tier.
We're kind of missing his father, Tom Haney, as well in this tournament.
Yeah, makes it even better.
Well, let's get back to the table right now
Stuff up, you never know what I got in big blind.
and see how the cards fly out.
Chances are you got the best hand, though.
Randy Haney doesn't like his cards. Danny Kang, a dealer here, former dealer here at the Best of the West Poker Challenge.
Yeah, he dealt so well, he decided he'd start playing.
Poker dealers often make very good poker players, as we see Tillman here coming in with pocket kings.
Here's Chuck Shoup, the king of bling. He doesn't like that one. Players deciding if they're going to stay in. Preston with an ace-jack.
C10 raises to 6,000.
Preston announces a raise to 6,000.
Arlen Ald now considering what he's going to do, and he doesn't like his chances and tosses away.
Miller folds a 4-3 offsuit.
4 raises all in.
Steve, I want to see you longer, though.
You will, sweetie.
Pair of aces for Castle. Steve Castle drawing the aces.
700. All in.
Tillman goes all in.
All in.
Jeez.
9,000.
So action now around to Preston.
4 more.
And he's in too. He's going to call.
Preston made the call. I think he figured since he was in late position, ace-jack offsuit was a good hand in this instance.
I like that hand. Well, there's two king in the deck, though.
Thanks, Danny.
And the cards come out, a pair of sixes and a jack.
A little bit of help there for Preston, but Castle's
Stay with the
pocket
right, stay
aces
with
are
the
still
right.
ahead.
I hate to say that.
On the turn, it's a 7. And the river card on the way, another 7.
Aces and sevens. We're going to have a small
So
side
Castle's
pot.
going to pick up the main pot, the majority of the chips,
8,700. He's
and
going
Tillman wins a
300
side
for the
pot off
side.
of Preston.
Oh no, Steve is dangerous now.
Lots of conversation at the table after Steve Castle walked away with a pretty good sized pot. Now we're going to swing over right now to our chip leader. And this is Ken Pasco, who began round 2 with 96,000 chips. And obviously Anthony trying to add to that.
Check, check. Both players headed to the river. Pasco announces all in.
Nice to be in.
I love that river card.
No ace. No ace.
I fold.
And Pasco,
Got plenty of chips.
chip leader, trying to throw his weight around a little bit as he shows he had jacks full of queens.
Stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low.
He's got a pretty healthy chip stack there, too, to work with.
Here we see Danny Kang, the former dealer, waking up with pocket tens.
$42.
4,200 raise. Seat.
Now, Danny King, being a former dealer here at Northern Quest, he's got to have seen these players at these tables before. So he's seen them all play and had a chance to, without having to actually participate and concentrate on his own game, see how each of these guys, what their style is, how they react to certain plays. So I think he definitely has an advantage here.
You had to double me up.
Oh.
Trista Jordan
My friend. I don't want to
with
do
a
my
pair of
friend.
threes.
Okay. That's
All
all.
right, come on, bring the 3.
A three's coming.
Bring the 3 for her, please. I don't want
So
to do my buddy
Trista
out.
Jordan is all in with pocket threes.
Bring the 3, not the deuce. 3 for my buddy.
Oh. Nice hand, Danny. Yeah, I had to
And
do
that
it.
10 on the turn
Okay.
gives Kang a set, and Trista's day is done.
So the former dealer, just as you discussed,
Blind.
takes out a former player of his.
Well, I think Trista was kind of short stacked there, and seeing a pocket pair, she decides to push the remainder of her chips in just to see if she could double up. But Kang had no choice but to call her.
Well, as we talked about, it's win and survive. You have to be able to maintain that sort of thought process. Otherwise, you're going to be the guy who gets ousted. And you don't want that to happen because you're playing for the big prize of $40,000 to the winner. The Best of the West Poker Challenge is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. It's all about the journey. And by Western Gambling Journal. Here's Doug Clark.
Trista Jordan, oh my gosh, what happened?
I got no cards. So what do you do?
What do you do?
It's a game, and I love the game, and can't wait to play again sometime.
Well, once again, you made it into the second day.
Yeah. Can't complain.
It's always good to see you. You're a delight to watch.
Thank you.
Take care.
Back to poker now, and let's look in on Richard Boshi.
Boshi in here in a hand with ace queen offsuit. Came into the day with 32,500 in chips in the top 20.
Cards coming out.
Oh, and Boshi has flopped a full boat, aces full of queens. And 2 6s on the turn and river mean nothing. Boshi picks up a pot and eliminates one more player.
Well, with that player gone, we continue to try to whittle down the field to 20 players.
Randy Haney here in a hand with pocket sixes as we see Chuck Shoup deciding what he wants to do.
Chuck's got some serious ink, don't you think?
He does, and some serious bling. Looks like he's contemplating jumping in the hand here in late position with a queen 5 offsuit. Not a strong hand.
He's got like a Robin Hood hat to go with the bling and the ink.
And here's Preston with pocket aces. The best starting hand in poker isn't always the easiest to play.
I know, didn't we see a player have pocket rockets and get tossed, right?
Several times.
Yeah.
Randy Johnson was eliminated with pocket aces on day one. So Preston has decided to move all in.
3,900 more.
Haney looks like he's counting out a call.
Please.
And he
Pair
does.
of aces, pair of sixes.
So Preston, a 4-1 favorite headed to the flop here.
I'm glad I don't have your pen.
And the cards come out, Jack 2-6.
Haney spikes a set on the flop.
Same exact hand. Pocket 8 versus pocket 6.
Preston looking for one of the 2 remaining aces in the deck.
No help there. Does he get it? No.
So Haney with a full house, sixes full of jacks, eliminates Preston.
Haney family plays a lot of poker at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. So let's meet Randy Haney because he's the subject of our Western Gambling Journal profile.
Now, this tournament, you start out with more chips.
Yeah.
How do you play that?
Well, it gives you more of a chance to play poker instead of putting all your chips in and at a time when you really don't want to, but it's a short chip that.
You're saying you can be a little more thoughtful and strategic? Is that the?
Give you a little more chance to read people.
Back on the main table, Arlen Ald, considering what he wants to do with a pair of nines.
I've been really impressed with Arlen Ald's play here. You know, he has kind of a methodical but tight, aggressive style, and I think he's going to go far.
And we've talked in the past about Arlen. He's a cop. He's a police detective. He knows how to read people.
Absolutely. He's an interrogator.
Right now, he's been a terminator because he's been bumping people out left and right.
Here we see Fleming with pocket threes, going all in.
Ald continues to sit on the nines.
And he makes the call. Just barely covering Fleming's chips.
Can't stand to watch.
All right.
Decides to go for a walkabout. So it comes down to Fleming and Ald.
Come on. As I say, I'm one of the 3. Good luck, sir.
9-2 Jack.
And that's just what Ald wanted to see. Spikes a set on the flop. And that ace on the turn is going to do it. Fleming is eliminated.
All right. Set of nines.
Well, you talked about the way that you liked how Ald was playing, and once again, we talked about him being a terminator. There goes another player.
He seemed a little apprehensive about making that call from Fleming's all-in bet. Kind of walked around the cameras, but everything worked out for him.
We're at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. It's all about the card playing. That's right, it's the Best of the West Poker Challenge. It continues in a moment. Welcome back, the Pend Oreille Pavilion, Northern Quest Resort and Casino. It is the Best of the West Poker Challenge. And we get back to playing cards, and Randy Welsh with the Pittsburgh Pirate hat on.
Welsh finds himself all in against Nicholas Pringle. Pringle with pocket nines trailing, and he's going to lose this hand to Randy Welsh. Randy doubles up.
Well, that's big chip count now for Welsh because he was really down in the chip count.
Right, and Pringle started the day second in chips, and he's down to about 40,000 right now.
And over to Chuck Shoup. Let's see how the King of Bling is doing with an ace-10.
Make it 10,000.
Raise to 10,000.
Here we see Pasco, who started the day as our chip leader. King-Queen offsuit, contemplating a call. Seems to be analyzing everyone else here at the table.
Called.
The call is made. Arlen Ald now going to make a decision with a 10-5, and nope, I'm checking out of this one. Mike Miller is doing the same.
Heads up.
Steve Castle also not in this pot. 7, 9, 8 on the flop.
Shoup still ahead. He moves all in. He's got an open-ended straight draw and top card right now.
This is what is always amazing to me, is the different types of people and personalities who come to the poker table. Ken Pasco, the cowboy, riding the range. Shoup, on the other hand, the guy who'd be rolling in on his Harley.
Shoup also the one who's declared war on poker.
He has done that. And Ken Pasco's still debating. And he calls.
All right, turn him over, please.
I don't think Pasco believed anything about Shoup's all-in bet there. Shoup ahead in this hand with an ace high, but he's also got the open-ended straight draw.
7 on the turn.
Pasco's going to have to catch a king or a queen on the river.
And he doesn't. He gets a deuce.
So Shoup doubles up through our chip leader, Pasco.
Can I breathe now?
I'm just hoping you didn't have a pair, and I put you on an ace, and I figured, well, there's.
I didn't have enough to get you off it after the flop.
No.
That's what I was worried about. But I was open-ended, so I had to roll with it.
This is one of the best things that you like about the poker table, some of the conversation that takes place.
Yeah, Shoup has probably earned a little respect there from Pasco.
Randy Welsh has had some success, and he's got a good stack of chips, but he's going to take them and move them right into the center of the table with a major bet.
Randy Welsh doubling up through Nicholas Pringle earlier. He's looking to do it again.
Mandy Nim.
She's contemplating calling here with the small remainder of her chips. Decides to fold. Actions around to John Nugent.
John's played very well so far, but he doesn't like the cards that he has right now, so he checks out.
So Welsh all in with Big Slick.
Gene is all in. Randy's call.
Gene Kenline is all in.
I had the best hand.
Kenline has flopped quad eights.
Holy smoke.
And he's going to double up through Randy Welsh.
And after Randy Welsh had that big hit on Nicholas Pringle, now he gets stonewalled a couple of hands later.
All in. Raise to 10,000. All in for 16,000.
So Danny Kang is now all in with pocket queens going up against Randy Haney with pocket eights.
Come on, Robert. Don't do it.
All I need is an 8.
Don't do it, Robert. You get lucky one time already.
Thing worked. Hey,
You already got one time lucky already.
One 8.
Yeah, I might do that myself.
Bring it high.
Let's try that right now.
No more clubs.
Let's get that out of the way.
No more clubs. Thank you.
Yeah, queens hold up. Queens hold up.
I'll take
Queens and kings.
It worked.
it works. Like that.
All right, everybody at the table.
Everybody get up. Make a turn. What we should do is plan it. Okay, yeah, everybody one turn.
Everybody want to start to walk around the chair right now. It worked for me.
Do it like the way.
So Danny Kang, the former dealer, doubling up through Randy Haney.
It's okay, Randy.
It's crazy guy.
They put it in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Randy wasn't really going to shake his hand there. He didn't really want to give that one up that easy.
Maybe seeking psychiatric help.
So Danny Kang putting on a show and staying in. That's what it's all about. Keep playing so you can survive on the Best of the West Poker Challenge. Northern Quest Resort and Casino, the Ponderay Pavilion. Of course, it's the Best of the West Poker Challenge. Another astute observation by Doug Clark.
You know, the iPod is one of those tools that poker players use, I think, to zone out or just to pretend they're really not where they are. Games can take a long time. So they'll put the iPod in their ears, and I don't have one myself, those kids today. And depending on the music, you can usually tell the way they're moving their head, just what they're listening to. Let's try it. Oh, that Kenny G. This is really something else. Try another one here. I had no idea Gregorian chant was available on iTunes. Let me change one more song here just to kind of get my blood pumping. Manilow sings Metallica. Damn. Whew. This is Doug Clark signing off. Rock on.
What's that?
Well, if I were sitting at the table right now, I'd have Hammer on. Can't touch this.
I think I'd have to go by default with Kenny Rogers, the Gambler, and have it on repeat.
Have it on repeat?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
You'd have everybody running for cover then. Arlen Ald with a pair of sevens. He's been playing well, and he knows when to hold them and when to show them.
And Ald puts in a raise to 18,000. Miller here waking up with pocket kings
Come on.
and moving all in.
I have to have two perfect cards. They're perfect now. Just don't look at it.
48,000.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Haney folds.
What's Danny gonna do?
Damn it.
Danny Kang from the button.
How many players left?
How many players left?
Yeah.
Kang with Big Slick asking how many people are left to see how close he would be to getting down to that number 20.
That scared him off.
That's a very conservative play there with Big Slick, especially late position from the button.
There's a raise and a re-raise. Wow. Oh.
Christensen's got to go all in.
It's all in for 17,000.
I don't even know if I want aces over here. Let's see what we got.
Back around to Chuck Shoup in the big blind.
Close before break.
All right, kids, you battle it out.
Oh my gosh.
So Chuck checks out.
have to get lucky.
Okay, now on the line, yeah.
Well, we've seen Arlen up a couple of times taking that walkabout. Here he is again.
I might be ahead right now.
It is his turn to act.
Nice to see one on the camera.
He's got 2 all-ins.
Mikey, what are you doing?
Talking about Mike Miller.
I'm in.
And he decides to go.
Everybody all in.
Okay. Over,
now
please.
Miller gets up for a walkabout.
Oh, I know it.
Well, Miller's in the best shape here.
Christensen's up as well.
One time, Robert. Come on, buddy.
Let's go.
10-3-9.
Queen.
No help to anyone. Miller's king still ahead.
Everybody standing.
One more time. Let's go. One more time.
King
looks good.
One more time. Come on. Hold up. Hold up, baby. Hold up.
Well, looks good. I throw away my ace, damn it.
Kings and 9s and ace.
Shit, I didn't even know the ace could come on
Lost
the
2
railway.
players.
So you can hear Danny Kang in the background regretting that conservative fold that he made pre-flop.
Okay, there's 30,
With
45,
ace-king's
48,
offsuit, he would have ended up winning this hand.
30, 40.
Arlen's all day is finished, along with Christensen as well. And Mike Miller rakes in the pot.
Okay.
There's no way you can call it a raise.
44,000. What's up?
Oh, you got 2 flush draws. I only got 1.
Nicholas Pringle. And Pringle now is all in against Nugent. Pringle, by the way, coming into the second round, second in chip count, and Nugent just knocks him out.
Arlen, I was surprised you were doing so well over there, and couldn't you put the cuffs on somebody, or
Yeah, I wish I would have. I was doing well. I was being patient. I'm getting decent cards. I thought I was making appropriate raises. I got tied up with pocket 7s. Mike came in behind me and made a very large raise. He went all in. I was hoping he had a big slick or something, as a coin flip type thing. My 7s didn't hold up. And of course, Doug, he had pocket jacks. It was my time to make a move. I thought the blinds were going to be getting larger. There it was. Couldn't do nothing about it after that.
Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. I'll be back next year.
Excellent. We'll be glad to have you.
Appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
Take care.
Well, Doug Clark catches a break because the police detective has been bounced from the tournament. So Doug doesn't have to worry anymore. Let's swing over and see how Cam Buffington's doing.
Cam Buffington finding himself all in here. No stranger to a short stack. And he gets 2 callers. So a chance to triple up here for Cam.
You will be all in for the main pot here.
And Cam's going to do a little stand up and stretch and hope the cards fall correctly for him.
As we see the flop come out, there's still 2 players with chips in the hand. That's why we haven't flipped cards face up yet. Cam is all in again. Both players check the river, and here's our showdown. And Cam Buffington is going to be eliminated.
Me too. 2 pair. No, I didn't have that good.
Well, we talked so much about trying to just maintain and survive, and that time, Buffington was the guy who got crunched from the table on that play. So his tournament has come and gone as we continue to count down to 20 players remaining in the tournament.
Cam, you have some explaining to do. My former college buddy, good friend, Cam Buffington, and a heck of a poker player until now. What happened?
Well, you know, I've been on this down slope. I got third the first year, eighth the last year. I was looking for getting into the final 20 today, but the cards weren't there for me. But I can tell you, on that last all-in, I had the third best hand on the table.
You know, that's something, isn't it?
Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Today, I was not the winner.
Well, Cam, you're a gentleman, and it's always good to watch you play. You're a solid player, and you know, just winning anything is way above the odds. So next time, maybe you'll win the whole thing.
Oh well, I'm going to be here, and I'll be looking forward to it.
No, you're doubling for that Geico commercial.
Danny's still talking up a storm at the main
Randy's
table.
all in.
30, I believe.
30,000.
Haney is all in right now with a king-queen.
26 to call. 3 players.
Chuck Shoup
22 to call.
folds from the small blind.
Randy. And I hate this hand.
Well, Anthony, I can understand why he doesn't like this hand, because we've seen players have a pair of aces and get bounced.
Absolutely, we mentioned that before.
You got to call.
He has to call, though.
Randy's at risk. Randy's all in. King, queen of spades. Pocket aces. With no spades left.
Haney's going to need a lot of help to move ahead of these pocket aces.
Spades.
Draws another ace.
Now that helps Haney. He's now got a flush draw.
Want to show off, don't you?
This one will make it. This will make the
Now he picks up a straight draw with the spades. 3 aces are still in the lead.
A lot of outs here for Haney. He can pick up a straight with a jack.
Yeah, but I don't want
Bingo! 3 aces. Hold on. We'll get a little drama for that one.
Well, Randy Haney's been eliminated. Ken Pascoe winning that.
You're still sweating. Such a good flop for him, too, though. The draw, the straight draw. Hey! Yeah, look at this. I'm going to get back.
Put these down on the glass or something.
We're having deja vu here.
Hey, man, bro.
You still hate it? Just slide it to me every time.
I don't like playing it.
Well, just slide it to me.
Okay.
I'll relieve you of the burden.
All right.
It's like old home week here. Unfortunately, you know, people going out that I know. Randy Haney, what happened to you?
Low chips. Went all in with suited king queen. 3 people lack behind me. Big blind had pocket aces. What do you say?
There's just no predicting this game, is there?
No. The fence was a little too far this time.
Well, Randy, you're a gentleman and one of the true gentlemen that play out here. You always have a nice thing to say about everybody, and good luck.
Oh, thank you.
Randy Haney is also on the sidelines as players continue to go down as we count down to 20 remaining. Last year, by the way, was a great showdown between Paco Mendoza and Cactus Jack Duncan. Duncan sitting on 8-7 suited.
He's announced a raise here. 50,000 more on top of the big blind.
I'm all in.
Oh, and Mendoza goes over the top, all in. Duncan quickly calls, says, let's get this over with.
Oh, it was a good heads up. I mean, I had him a little bit out chipped when we started, and then he got me on a hand and left me with probably nothing compared with the chip stacks.
Mendoza with a little help here on the turn.
The river card means everything.
Jack, king. 4 Jack or a king. Jack.
It's an ace.
And Jack Duncan, with that hand, has taken almost all of Mendoza's chips away from him.
I got a mountain to climb.
Line's going to be going in up to 10,000.
Mendoza with a 4-2 offsuit from the big blind checks. Picks up a pair of 4s. He goes all in.
I'm going to call you.
And Duncan calls. Here we go. Seven on the turn.
Could he do it 4 times in a row? He does.
Again.
I don't think I've seen anything like this. I've never seen a player get down that far and double up 4 times in a row.
I call.
King 2 for Mendoza. Off the flop, Jack, deuce 5.
Pair of deuces for Mendoza. He moves ahead in the hand, and he just can't stand it. He walks away.
A 10 for the turn card. And the river is an 8!
Unbelievable.
The river is an 8!
Duncan pulls out another win on the river. Here we go again. Duncan, first to act. And he's got pair of queens now. This could be dangerous.
He got back in there and got a hand. He put a really good hand on me. He had queens at the end. He played it right. It was a good heads up. I liked it.
Made a pair of 9s on the flop here.
5 stacks.
All in.
I call.
Mendoza all in, and Jack Duncan calls.
Does it stick in your mind as a great poker event?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Good excitement. It's good payouts.
Unfortunately, you finished second, but you know, only one person wins.
Yeah, only one person wins. He ended up winning the coin toss. So pretty much tight.
Those ebbs and flows, you went back and forth. Was there a time when you thought, this kid's going to beat me?
Wow. That was kind of self-evident. Yeah, I was kind of getting a little itchy. I was getting tired of setting too. You know, I said, my goodness, this boy's going to knock me. He's going to get me.
See these 2 hands, please?
But he didn't get him. Let's see how Paco's doing in this tournament in round 2.
Mendoza looks like he's all in up on the ropes.
Only out is an ace. Ace on the river.
And that is it for Paco Mendoza. Last year, the runner-up, this time knocked out in the second round.
Those kings has been uphill.
Paco, our second place finisher last year, and I'm really surprised to see. Last time I looked, you were doing quite well.
Yeah, I made a bad move with 2s. Tried to push the table around, but I don't think you should have called it ace 9 though either.
You mean you did some muscling and they muscled back?
Yeah, and I bet too much to just get away from the hand. I was ahead, so yeah, that's the way it goes. It's poker.
Well, you're a gentleman and obviously a great player, so I hope you come back.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great tournament.
8s hit the river. Pocket aces against 7 hit the river.
And we return to the main table as Paco Mendoza has been relieved of his chair.
We're going to call you 6
Okay, gentlemen.
As we continue to count down to 20 players.
You're the only one that escaped.
Yeah.
Danny Kang with a pair of jacks.
4,000, 8,000.
Danny Kang, who was dealing in that last year's showdown.
He was, that's right. He was the dealer for the showdown with Mendoza and Cactus Jack Duncan. This year, he's a player and playing well.
Chuck Shoup on the button, deciding whether or not he wants to jump in this fray.
Shoup on a king 6, unsuited.
Now, even in late position here, like Shoup is, you got to be wondering what's going through his head. He finally folds. You got to really be wondering what's going through his head with a king 6 offsuit and with somebody all in.
Not the big star calling me here. 22,000 more.
26,000.
Like this. I don't like this at all.
Pass.
Ace king.
Let's see it, gentlemen. Pocket jacks versus ace 10 of spade.
Come on, Sal. Don't do it. Sal, don't do it, please. I go kiss you. Don't do it. Oh, the last time I had to go to the men's room. Don't do it, baby. Don't do it.
10 in the window. Jacks are in the lead.
Come on, Sal.
Jacks versus
Come on, Sal, baby. Party on me, baby. Oh, God.
Spade draw. Picked up a spade draw. Jacks are still in the lead.
Don't do it, Sal.
Pass goes behind, but any spade or an ace can win him this pot.
Thank you. Let me go kiss the dealer real quick.
Danny King's a little bit excited about picking up that pot.
I'd say so.
I've never seen such a look of disgust.
You know, not only is Danny playing well, but he's having a great time.
Handshake.
Go ahead.
You really wanted a kiss, didn't you?
Ken Van in trouble right now.
Ken was our 2007 champion, up against the ropes here.
Matched up against Gerald Watley.
And that's going to do it. Gerald eliminates our 2007 champion, Ken Van. And it's a long walk back to the parking lot for him.
Northern Quest Resort and Casino. We're playing poker at the Pend Oreille Pavilion. It is the Best of the West Poker Challenge. Continuing in a moment. The Best of the West Poker Challenge is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. It's all about the journey. And by Western Gambling Journal. Well, poker is a cruel, cruel world, especially if you're a former champion and you get bounced in the second round.
Ken Van, our former champion 2 years ago, you won it all. This time you're out, but you actually you were kind of predicting it.
Well, I had lost a lot of chips on a previous hand, so I find myself in a situation where I had to push all in very soon. Found myself with a suited ace, and that was the time.
What happened? What beat you?
Well, earlier I'd lost a large hand with pocket eights. It turned out the other person had flopped second pair, and they decided to keep calling me all the way as far as I wanted to bet. I stopped betting, but it was already too deep into it. So I lost a lot of chips on that hand.
They were picking on you.
Well, he had a bigger stack. He was in good shape to pick.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, thanks a lot, Ken, and maybe you'll win it again.
Well, maybe next year.
Action B to Travis, be 12,000 to call.
Bad beat stories are never in short supply in poker.
12,000, Steve. I'm all in. Steve is all in.
Mike Miller. There's Steve Castle. Steve Castle with the ace-king unsuited, and he is all in.
Pass, pass.
Buddy, good luck.
Here we see Chuck Shoup again from the button.
I was going to have you.
10-9 offsuit.
I come over a little earlier. Just slide me a few chips, get me down to 20. I'll split it with you. Go ahead. Hey?
I smell something burning again. I must be thinking.
Yeah.
8,000 more.
Can't be scared out of that, so.
Pasco with a Jack 8.
You should be.
I know that, Steve. I'm just thinking of doubling you up.
Thank you.
Okay, it costs you 2,000 if you want to call.
Generous thought.
So Pasco has made a call.
Trust me, I thought about it.
That's Wesley Trowbridge with a call.
Check to you.
Flop comes 4, Jack 4, sending Pasco into the lead.
Check.
And a queen on the river.
So Pasco with two paired jacks and 4s is going to eliminate Castle.
6s and 4s.
And take a good chunk of chips off of Trowbridge.
Jacks and 4s. Steve is eliminated.
What happened?
I tried, bub. Who would call it a Jack 8, huh?
He's king.
I'm saying, if he bets a flop, you got to call with 6s. There's only one overcard.
So Pasco running over people here. Looks like he's still in the chip lead.
Mike Miller was having terrific success early. Let's check in and see if he's still having that kind of success.
Blinds at 6,000 and 12,000 here.
$12,000 to call.
Miller didn't like his hand, so he tossed it in.
Small
And
is all
Shoup
in,
is getting
correct.
some camera time with some rag hands here.
Pass.
He doesn't like it either.
Pass. You're going to get 6,000 back. You can double up. Let's see it, gentlemen. Jack 9.
Do it, too.
9. King.
So Trowbridge from the small blind is all in with Trav Green from the big blind.
This has a charge for life support instead of being a bubble.
6, Jack 7 on the flop.
Trav moves ahead with a pair of jacks.
Ace. West is drawn
A
to
9 will
king
not
and
help
king all the way.
Trowbridge here. He needs a king.
Aces and jacks with the 9.
Good job, buddy. Thanks. Yeah, you deserve a handshake, man.
And that's going to do it for Trowbridge.
We'll have a dead button, small and big.
Trav Green continuing to eliminate players here. Remember, he was involved with that pretty wild hand at the end of round 1.
Exactly.
Danny Kang's chip stack has dwindled tremendously as he has decided not to jump in on this one.
Come on, Sal. Come on, baby.
Chuck Shoup.
No, that's my move.
Sitting on 8s.
I'll go the other way then.
As we get closer and closer to the bubble here, the final 20 players are getting a lot more conservative about their starting hands.
Flop them something, please.
6, 10, 3 on the flop.
So Shoup with pocket 8s in a hand with Pasco. Pasco has an inside straight draw.
Check.
Shoup checks. And Pasco may try to shove Shoup off of his hand here by putting a bet out. But he just checks. Shoup shows him the 8s, and Pasco folds. Shoup takes down the pot.
Thank you. If you believe that, I got some problems. Yeah, you got some small plan.
Looks like that respect that Shoup's been earning from Pasco is starting to pay off.
Down to 21 players as we check in on John Nugent, who has a big stack of chips and looking to do some serious damage. And the guy standing to the right of the dealer is Aaron Dietrich, and he is all in and hoping that his luck continues. Otherwise, he's walking away from the table. As the cards come out, Tam Nguyen, by the way, seated next to Dietrich.
Sure. Okay, these 3 for the side pot, and then 2 ones on the side. Turn 9. And then, turn 9.
Dietrich announces that he has nothing, and he is our bubble player, finishing 21st place.
And the announcement made, and players begin to celebrate now because they realize that they have now made it to the semifinals. And that's what it's all about, is continue to play and survive. Aaron Dietrich now with Doug Clark.
We've come to that exciting time in the tournament where it actually pays to be a poker player. In this case, number 21, you win the Bubble Award, and it's pretty exciting. 1 free entry into the Northern Quest Resort and Casinos WSOP Satellite Tournament on May 21st, 2009. And that's for you. Take that. And if you win the tournament, maybe you could buy me a nice shirt. I don't know. Have you had a good time?
I have a great time today. I made a couple bad decisions, but that was it.
Well, you're a very steady player. I was watching you.
Thank you. I did pretty good. I got pocket king. I cheated a call. She went all in, and then I didn't call. I thought the blind stayed the same, so I messed up that time, and I messed up on the end there.
Well, congratulations, and I hope you win that tournament.
Go. Thank you. Thank you.
Semifinals are set now. Let's look at the first semifinal. Drake, Baker, Nguyen. Players that have done extremely well so far, Anthony.
Also, Chuck Shoup, our king of bling, as well as our poker pro, John Nugent, with a commanding lead of 286,000 chips.
Semifinal 2, Trav Green now has taken over the chip lead from Ken Pasco.
And Danny Kane, our former dealer here at Northern Quest, hanging in with 30,000 in chips.
Gene Kenline is a familiar face to a lot of poker players.
Ken Pasco, still with 192,000 in chips, came into day 2 as the chip leader.
Promotional consideration and fees paid by the Holiday Inn, Spokane Airport.
We are now down to the semifinal. 20 players will battle it out for the top prize of $40,000. Semifinal number 1. Next week. Check your local listings. Round 2 is complete, and 20 players remain. It's the Best of the West Poker Challenge, Northern Quest Resort and Casino, the Pend Oreille Pavilion. The poker journey continues.